So now we're gonna go ahead and continue. All right.
I look around at the countenance of humanity when I'm out and about, when I go grocery shopping. People don't look happy. People look miserable. Therefore, the plan of Lucifer has failed miserably. But he deceived you into worshiping him. You love what he gives to you, but you want to believe that that comes from the Great Spirit. You are sadly mistaken. Because if it came from the Great Spirit, then there wouldn't be homelessness. There wouldn't be suffering. There wouldn't be misery. The poor, there wouldn't be no poor. There wouldn't be no destitute. There wouldn't be no rich if it came from the Great Spirit. It came from the wicked people. All right? Money came from the wicked. The economy came from the wicked. Therefore, you have to make a declaration. This war is going to lead So damn, this is like a follow-up to the project that I'm working on now. If you refuse to confess him before men, okay? How the hell do you think you can hold on to all of your abundance of the blessing bag of Lucifer while his people continue to suffer and want in need of many things? But he's given us his oracles. He's given us the wisdom, the knowledge, our real history. Open up our mouth to speak. You reveal yourself when you continue to ignore us. Realize that. Though, yes, it hurts us to have to go through the long suffering, but we have our redemption coming. And all that we are having to endure is going to be rewarded. As much as we have to endure, it's going to be that much more reward. Okay.
Now, it is going to be that much more reward. All right. 1 second.
It's going to be that much more reward. Okay?
Now, I have been instructed to speak this word to you people by the way of the Spirit. Okay? And many of you have failed to listen. All right? The Most High knows that you're rebellious. The Most High knows that you love your money and that you're going to continue to ignore these messages. Nevertheless, I'm to continue to be obedient and put these messages out here. Okay? Again, whether you listen or you fail to listen. All right? Nevertheless, it's documented. Nevertheless, I've been obedient. All right? That's what's important. What's important is obedience. Okay? To the Great Spirit. And we all have a free agency. We have a free agency. You can be obedient to whatever power you choose to be obedient to. Okay? You find that out by your actions. All right? By your heart condition. Okay? The great separation. We're going to get to it. All right? Because I don't think I heard that in the audio. All right? We all know that all creation is groaning and suffering. We all know that. Scripture declares the whole world has been deceived. The children of light has been here shining light on how you have been deceived. We're here telling you that they lied to you about the American dream. We're telling you that money is a false god. But you don't want to listen to us because you're too busy still following after the ways of this world that gave you the American dream. You're still wanting to live like this. You're still trying to get all the money. You're still trying to get the power. You're still trying to get the women or the men or whatever. All about the money. All about materialistic gain. Okay? All about status and clout, honors of men, carnal pleasures of your flesh. Okay? I've been here speaking this truth by the way of the Spirit, showing you people the reality that the wicked has constructed and forced upon all humanity and all creation. But all you people see is me trying to take away your fun, because this is what you live for. So if this is what you live for, you are not of the Most High. Okay? If you love this right here, you are not of the Most High. You are a lover of this world. I am making it abundantly crystal clear. This did not come from the Great Spirit. This came from Lucifer. So if you are wealthy, you're able to live good in this reality, congratulations. You have been blessed by Lucifer. Okay? For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world? Haven't you gained the whole world? You don't want or need for anything. You can have anything your heart's desire under the whole heaven. Anything upon this earth. Even your wildest perversions. What does it profit to gain all that and lose your soul? Because that's what you people are doing. Unless you make a declaration by your actions, you are going to lose your soul. Many of you have already lost your soul. And you're reprobate. That's those of you who refuse to even listen to these messages. Satan masquerades as an angel of light, so you're sitting in them church houses listening to a charlatan that only cares about your money that you give to them. They don't care about your soul. They don't care about your welfare. They don't care about you. They're in it for selfish gain. But you can't see them for who they are. You can't see the power behind them that empowered them, because they worship Lucifer. All right? Yes, because Lucifer is lavishing them with your gifts. Okay? You are deceived into supporting his charlatans. How else could he deceive the whole world? What, you don't think that he could use your religion What, you don't think that he could use physical written records written by mortal men upon the earth? Wow. That's pure ignorance. You didn't psych yourself out to believe that a physical book cannot be altered. Oh man. The paradise of the rich is made out of the hell of the poor. So, all of you Christians, my family, gaslighting me all my life, making it seem like this life came from God, okay? But see, they didn't want to find out what God. I wanted to find out what God. Because it confused me, them trying to make me believe that the Almighty, the living God, put us here to suffer, while the holy wicked, I could clearly see that these people were evil. Okay? Like, I had spidey senses or something. Like, I knew that it wasn't what it seemed. Okay? I didn't take well to those who set themselves up in authority over me. I didn't take well to those who were oppressing me at all. I spoke out about it. Okay? So I knew that something was wrong. All right? So, that didn't make sense to me, my family trying to make me believe that this reality came from, quote, God. Okay? Because that will make God evil. You know? And if that's the case, all right, if this came from the Almighty, that will make the Almighty evil. Because why would the Almighty have the poor living in hell in our mortality, and the rich able to just live lavishly? Why would the Most High, why would the eternal living power do something like that? That's sinister. So clearly, this reality did not come from the Great Spirit. The rich, the wealthy, they have been able to live in paradise. All while me and many of my people and many other people of all nations have been made to live in hell. So something's got to be done about this, people. Because now we know that this did not come from the Almighty. And because we know now that this did not come from the Almighty, but that this came from the wicked, and what has been established, this money, which is inscribed in God we trust, now that we know that that is a false God, don't you think it's time that we hear from the Almighty? Don't you think the Almighty gonna speak for his people? That he awakened in the land of our captivity? How is this righteous, people? You don't think the Great Spirit been seeing this? You don't think the Great Spirit been seeing how the people been stomped on by these wicked people who set themselves up in authority, writing the laws and the legislations, feeding themselves, all about themselves? and abusing their authority, poisoning everything, setting off freaking genetically modified mosquitoes in Florida. Like, wow, bro. And people literally die from this shit. You don't think the Great Spirit's seeing any of that? You think that's going to continue, people? You're in a valley of decision. Because you already know if someone has an abundance of that which has been established for the necessities of life, and you see a brother or a sister in need, but refuse to help out of your abundance, how can a love of the Great Spirit dwell in a person like that? You know damn well that it can't. This is in the scripture, in your Bible. Therefore, people, rallying it back around, since because we know that this reality and a God of money did not come from the Great Spirit. We know it's a false God that's been established by the wicked. You are going to have to make a declaration. Whoever confesses me before men, him will I also confess before my Father who is in heaven. Now is your time to take your stance. I proved to you many times over that this reality and the economic system being forced to earn money in order to live on the earth did not come from the Great Spirit, but came from the wicked. So it is time to take your stance with all those that are able to admit that this system is evil and take a stand against it. Those of you who are impoverished, begin to support this truth. You know how the algorithms are on YouTube. I don't make it a point to tell people to like and share and or subscribe or these things. But you know how the algorithms work on YouTube, people. I just allow you your free agency to support this truth or not. But it's time to take your stance, people. If you are impoverished, you don't have any finances to become a righteous am, that is perfectly fine. Ain't nobody saying that you gotta pay to be saved. That's asinine. That would be a charlatan. But that doesn't take away from the eternal law of divine love. Okay? It ain't gonna be no cloak for selfishness and or greed, a lack of compassion, a lack of kindness, a lack of empathy. You not gonna have no excuses, people. You know if you have an abundance, you are to help your brother or your sister in need. Especially if it's one of his people that's being obedient to give you his word by the way of the Spirit. Ain't no way you can be righteous and hold on to your abundance while his servant suffers in need and want of many things. Your heart will be revealed according to your actions. Okay? Now those of you, like I said, that you ain't got no funds and whatnot, it don't cost anything to support the video. It don't take any amount of money to subscribe to the channel. Okay? It don't take no money. All right? You just making a declaration that, hey, I stand with this. All right? And the Father sees that. All right? Hell, I don't even know who likes and for the most part who subscribes. All right? Only those who have it shown, their subscribers can you see when they subscribe. But many people turn it off. So most people turn it off, or it's actually you have to actually enable it, for it to be shown. So, but that don't matter. It's not so. It's not necessarily um these things that you are doing to be seen of the world. No, you are making a declaration to the Father. Okay, by your actions, by your heart condition, by your mindset. Okay, this is what it's all about, people. Okay, now for those of you who outright reject, refuse to listen, shut up your bowels of compassion, you don't have any love in your heart, understand that you are on this side of those who deny him before men. Now, this also goes for those who refuse to make a declaration. All right? You sitting on the sidelines. Okay? Why are you sitting on the sidelines? You're that lukewarm. Okay? 1 second. All right. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, you will be spewed out. Okay? If you don't have a heart burning for this truth, all right? If this truth does not set your heart on fire, if it doesn't set your soul on fire, that, oh my God, this is such truth and we need this. If this doesn't do this to you and you're sitting on the fence, eventually, if you continue sitting on the fence and you never get sparked, it's going to fizzle out. Okay? It's going to fizzle out and you're going to be on the side of the goats. Okay? That's what this means. All right? So you don't want to be in the middle. All right? Because in the end, you are either wheat or tare. You're either righteous or wicked. You're either a sheep or you are a goat. Okay? Your actions will determine which one you are. It ain't about what you confess out your mouth, because that is superficial. Okay? Bruh. I don't have to break this down any more than I already have, people, because this is getting asinine. Okay? It's asinine that you seriously think that is about what you confess out your mouth and what you'd incite yourself out to believe in your heart. You know damn well that actions speak louder than words. Okay? This is in your scripture. The great separation has begun. All right? Now, let's get into this separation. I brung this out before. 1 second. I think this is from one of them books of remember. Okay, this is from the Essene book of Haggai. All right? The Essene book of Haggai. That's the name of this, okay? The Essene book of Haggai. Alright, so the wicked has coveted it, the truth that I'm bringing right now. Alright? They have twisted it to use it for their own ends. That's your pulpit pimping pastors that have been living lavishly. Okay? Yet they still have huge congregations week after week. It's amazing. Like, wow. What is wrong with you people? You are being devoured by a wolf. Therefore he shall be called Enoch, and he is raised up to fulfill the oath the Most High made to us concerning our return to Eden. We're going to get our promised land back, and it's going to return to a paradise only for the righteous. And he shall be dedicated from the day of his birth to protecting the righteous from the wicked intentions of all those who give rise to the Nephilim, and your son shall bring great divisions upon the earth, because he came to bring the living word by the way of the Spirit and demonstrate it. And there's been many records that were written about him. And I have many of these records. For there shall become a complete separation between the righteous and the wicked. And the Most High has promised that the wicked shall account for their own sins. No blood is covering your transgressions. You are going to account for your own sins. But as for Yaxakad, I think this is Adam, all of his righteousness, and that his holy children shall be compounded upon him. As you know, the wicked have devised every manner of sin. This world has laid out every single vice. Every single vice you can possibly think of, this world has made available. All right. And as you know, the wicked have devised every manner of sin for themselves to accomplish, and sin and corruption would overtake the earth, except the vision of your son be accomplished. But all of this did overtake the earth. But understand, the vision of his son is not finished. It's still in full operation. And it's just getting started for the goodness thereof. Because it starts with us. We're the key. The children of light is the key. It is with our awakening that his vision will be accomplished and completed. And it shall come to pass, it shall come to pass that your child shall be taught from on high how to write after the manner of Seth. And he shall behold great things both in heaven and upon the earth. For the great power Almighty will provide for him in his 10th year that which will allow him to see. And you shall give him this tablet in that self same year. The Urim and Thummim. Okay? Now, I think, is this part two? No, this is the first one. Alright, let's see here. This is from. Let me if I can get it to. The Book of Legends. The Book of Legends. Redemption in the Last Days. Alright? Yehonan said, in the generation in which the Messiah, son of David, comes, disciples of the wise will grow fewer and fewer. The sages. There's very few of us, all right, but we are hated, okay? If we was back in the day, they would have called us witches and burned us alive at the stake, okay? I would have been one of the ones that they would have burned alive at the stake, okay? I would have been one of the ones that they tortured in the Inquisition to try to force me to retract, all right, the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach, okay? Because I hold the testimony, all right? And we are very few. And again, we are hated today. And as for those who remain, their eyes will be consumed with sorrow and sighing, and many agonies will afflict the entire people. Harsh decrees added one to another, so that while one is still in force, another is quickly promulgated. Alright, so they're constantly writing laws and legislations to continuously oppress the poor. Okay? Our masters taught as follows of the particular 7-year period at whose end Messiah, son of David, will appear. The first year there will be fulfilled the verse, and I will cause it to rain upon one city and cause it not to rain upon another city. Amos 4:7. The second year arrows of famine will be launched. The third year there will be a universal famine. Men, women, little children, and men of piety and good deeds will die. And because of hunger, the Torah will be forgotten by those who study it. The fourth year there will be a scarcity of one thing and a surplus of another. The fifth year there will be great plenty. People will eat and drink and rejoice, and the Torah will return to those who study it. During the 6th year there will be rumors of war, and during the 7th, wars. And with the departure of the 7th, the Messiah, son of David, will appear. Alright? So we're on the brink of this war coming to the Americas. Alright? Now it doesn't mean that all of the Americas is going to be destroyed in war. Okay? Because this is the promised land, and the land is going to protect its own. But there's many wicked people on these lands over here that are no longer going to be on this land. Okay? At the approaching of the Messiah, insolence will increase. Rude and disrespectful behavior.
Insolence.
Insolence. Rude and disrespectful behavior. That's the world we're living in. People are rude and disrespectful. A lot of people lacking human decency. They're discourteous. They have contempt against righteousness. They're presumptuous. They insult. They have a lot of cockiness. Abuse. There's a whole lot of abuse. The system itself is abusive. Hide. A lot of hidden things they don't want talked about. Nervousness or nerviness. All right. Offensiveness. They're boldly doing iniquity. All right. The Roman Catholic Church can come out talking about pedophilia and not one of them being locked up for it. You're not holding these people accountable. Insolence will increase, and honor will be held in contempt. Why do you hold me in contempt when I'm living my life right before the eyes of my Maker? So this is how the Most High is looking at me. I don't say this in arrogance, but you don't know me. You don't know how I live my life. You want to assume things about me. But I love my Maker. I seek to glorify my Maker. Therefore, I'm obedient to my Maker. So I am honorable. So why the hell do you people hate me? Why is my honor held in contempt? Why is my authenticity held in contempt? Why is my heart held in contempt? My pureness of heart. Why do you hold all of this in contempt? Why am I looked at as worthless? Why do people treat me like I deserve scorn? Why do you treat me like I deserve to be impoverished? Why do you disregard me as if I am nothing, as if I am worthless? I don't have a heart after money. And this makes you look down upon me. Don't you know that it's honorable to not have a heart after money? Don't you know that it's dishonorable to hate me because I don't have a heart after money is dishonorable to the Great Spirit for how you people have been treating me. Why do you take offense to me? Don't you know that you are offending the one that you say you serve? I'm his servant. He's utilizing me to speak this word to you people. He had to use someone that does not have a heart after money. How could he use someone that could be controlled by money? You would not speak his word if you could be swayed by money. And all those who love money, all those who are dependent upon money, you can't be used by him. That's an impossibility. But I don't love money. Therefore, he can utilize me. At the approaching of the Messiah, disrespect will increase and honor will be held in contempt. Someone who doesn't have a heart after money would be held in contempt. The vine will yield abundant fruit. There's literally almost 1,000 videos on my channel full of good fruit because it's all led of the Spirit of truth. The vine will yield abundant fruit, but wine will be costly, and there will be none to reprove. The chamber where scholars meet for study will be used for harlotry. So all of your establishments and all of them that set themselves up in authority, they've been using all of that for their own selfish gain and for harlotry. Galilee will be laid to waste. The Gavlin region will be made desolate. The men of the border region will go about from town to town and find no pity. The wisdom of scribes will be deemed a stench. See? The wisdom of the sages that are being used by the Great Spirit is as a reproach to most people. Why am I a reproach to people? Why do you hate this truth? Those who flee from sin, we don't fear anything, but who flee from sin, who don't engage in sin, all right? And the sin that this is talking about is the sins of the heart, the mind, and even things such as lust, okay, sexual immorality, all right, anything that we were instructed not to do, all right, anything that we have been convicted of in our conscience, all right, we avoid doing any of that. Anything that will convict us in our conscience, we don't do it, okay? And we are the ones who are despised. Why are we despised for being honorable to the Most High? Why are we despised for being obedient to our Maker? Could it be because you are actually wicked? Alright. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Most High. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Clearly, my ways are of another fashion when I don't have a heart after money. And we're shining light on the counterfeits. Alright? We abstain from their ways as from filthiness, because we know that they're rude and they're motivated by their flesh and their desire for money and materialistic things. We pronounce it the end of the just to be blessed. And we make our boast that the Most High is our Father. I serve the true and living God, not the God of money. I don't trust in that God. You can trust in that God. You can spend your time, energy, and effort earning in God we trust. But I don't have to do that. I can continue to be obedient to my Maker. Just because you want to have a perception of me, that don't make it the real reality. Many of you have shut up your bowels of compassion, and you're like, let us see if his words be true. Let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. And it's hard in your heart. That was a stench that went up to the Most High. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him. That's your mentality. If you really hear of the Most High, then the Most High will provide for you. And you are saying this all while you had abundance to be able to help. But you say, yeah, if you are the Most High, then the Most High will help you and deliver you from the hands of your enemies. And will deliver you up out of poverty. So you watch in the background. Tune in to a few of my videos where I'm talking about the suffering. Even to the point where I shed tears. And you sit back and you laugh. And you mock and you scorn. You ridicule. You make a fun of it with your buddies. Sending it amongst one another in a group. Watching my suffering. Shutting up your bowels of compassion. If you don't want to pine after money, you don't want to learn to earn and save your own money, don't think you're going to get a handout from me. Money don't grow on trees. Such things they did imagine and were deceived. for their own wickedness has blinded them. How the hell can you say you are righteous when you're okay with suffering? Does suffering come from the Great Spirit? Does misery come from the Great Spirit? Does turmoil come from the Great Spirit? Or does that come from the adversary? So why do you play into that energy? As for the mysteries of the Most High, they have not known. Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness. They only care about the wages of money, earning money. That's the only wages they care about. They don't care about spiritual wealth. They sneer and snide at that. Like it's worthless. Nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. They can care less about a pureness of heart, a pureness of consciousness. It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. The Most High created man to be immortal and made us to be an image of our own eternity. What you sow, you're going to reap, people. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world. Right? And this is on many different levels, people. Because we were once very wealthy in these lands. We had the riches. Okay? We didn't rape, rob, murder, and, plunder others for it either. Okay? No, we didn't. Not the righteous of us that was given the blessed promised land. You can't believe everything that's been written in a physical book. They altered that. All right? You got to understand that our records were in the hands of the worst of the heathen. The Nephilim took themselves out. All right? They killed one another. That's in the book of Enoch, I think. All right? Either in the book of Enoch or in the book of Jasher, where it talked about them taking one another out. When we entered the promised land, we didn't have to kill nobody. Okay? We were given the promised land. All right? We didn't have to kill. We didn't have to rape, rob, murder, and plunder. However, the paradigm that we're living in right now, we're living in this time after colonization, where these nations did come over here and they raped, robbed, murdered, and plundered. Why? Because they coveted it. They coveted it. They were envious of what we had. They were coming from poverty. Okay? Then they coveted it, what we had over here. And the Great Spirit allowed death into our world over here because of our own wickedness. All right? And they that do hold of his side do find it. Okay? So you're all in a valley of decision. All right? Including myself, because bro, I got to continue to be obedient. All right? So I'm in a valley of decision right along with all the damn nations. Okay? I'm here speaking this truth to you so that you know both sides, so that you can make a logical choice. All right? I'm in here with you. All right? I'm here with you. I'm giving you another option. There's another option. over what your so-called leaders are giving you. There's more than what they have offered. Why do you keep casting off the children of light? Keep casting us off, people, and holding on to what the devil brung over here, the economic system, and its mentality of root hog or die poor. Keep holding on to that. Keep holding to his side, and you are going to find the death that came over here. All right? It's so crazy that you hate those of us who are righteous. In truth, let's see. Well, I don't know if that continues. Yeah, it does right here. In truth, will be lacking. Okay, in truth will be lacking. The face of the generation will be brazen, like the face of a dog. The young will cause the faces of their elders to go pale with humiliation, and the great will wait upon those of little worth. All right? The great will wait upon those of little worth. A son will revile his father. A daughter will rise up against her mother. A daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be inmates of his own house. A son will feel no shame before his father. Father and son having sexual relations with the same woman. That's been going on in this reality. Mother and daughter having relations with men, the same man. This has been going on, people. Upon whom can we rely? Because we can't trust those who can set themselves up in authority over us. Clearly, these people are wholly wicked. Look at what they have done with the control of the earth that was allotted to them for a period of time. Look what they have done to all of humanity and all of creation. So we can't rely upon them, clearly. So upon whom then can we rely? Upon our Father in heaven. Our masters taught, for the Most High will vindicate his people. I think we need some vindication. I think we need some deliverance. Oops. So, wouldn't this line up to forgiving our sin? All of this prophecy is tied together, people. If my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves, check, pray, check, and seek my face, check, turn from their wicked ways, check, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin.
Vindicate.
Vindicate. Clear someone of blame or suspicion. All right? That's one level. All right? Another level that's even deeper. Let's go back over here. So he's going to forgive us. He's going to clear us of blame and or suspicion. All right? But guess what? He is also going to heal our land. See, there's a promise that he promised to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that if we would be obedient, then he will deliver us from our oppressors. Okay? Yes. So that means he is going to show and or prove us. All right? He's going to justify us. All right? He's going to show and prove. He's going to prove us. All right? See, I've already been validated by way of the Spirit. But understand that he's going to validate his people in front of the whole world. Okay? Yes. In front of the whole world. The whole world is going to see this paradigm shift. Okay? For he shall vindicate his people when he seeth that their power is gone, and that there is no one being ruled and no one being helped. Deuteronomy 32:36. Messiah, son of David, will not come until informers are so numerous that Israel appears helpless. Right now, we appear helpless. All right? Physically, ain't no might in our hands. The real biblical people don't have a military. Okay? But yet this government that's been established on top of us and our ancestral land, they have all kinds of heinous technology. They've been working with the demonic realm. They tell you this in the movies. Watch the Transformer movies. And they tell you to your face. They show you how they have been working with the evil ones. Okay? So we appear helpless. Ain't no might in my hands. In a financial ass system with no finances. So therefore I'm helpless. Alright? I'm a slave to necessity. That's helpless. Alright? And when people shut up their bowels of compassion to me, that causes me to suffer. Okay? Because I'm a slave to necessity. Because I'm not pining after money. I refuse to be a slave to money. And we are either a slave to money or we are a slave to necessity. Alright? So I am appearing helpless. Another interpretation of their power is gone until the disciples of the wise dwindle to a few. There's only a few of us. And it's so hard. It is hard because I wish that I knew someone else that was on my level. Okay? I don't have anybody that, you know, I'm led by way of the Spirit to different channels, but I don't have anybody in my life to where I have like there's so many of my brothers and sisters, they have fellowship. Okay? I don't have this. I don't have fellowship. Okay? I don't have any of that. I long for that. But I don't have that. Okay, because we are few and we are very scattered. Others say, until the last copper is gone from the purse. Another interpretation, until hope of redemption is given up. A whole bunch of people have given up on any help coming for us. They scoff and they scorn and they look down upon us and say, "Oh, you waiting for your sky daddy? You waiting for your sky daddy?" As if this reality is all there is. As if there isn't higher intelligence out there that's going to make a great impact. All right? These people can't do nothing. These heathens that set themselves up in authority over all humanity and all creation, they know their time is up, and they know that they cannot do anything to stop what's coming. Their weapons have nothing on the superior intelligence that will deliver us out of their hands. Okay? Now, in today's day and age, you would probably refer to this as an alien invasion. Alright? I'm just keeping it real with you. Alright? But their technology ain't got nothing on the angels, the Malachim. Okay? Understand. They had power for a certain amount of time. When their time is up, it is up. As simple as that. Alright? So, until hope of redemption is given up, as is said, there is no one being ruled and no one being helped, until if one dare say such a thing, there is neither supporter nor helper for Israel. True Israel. The real people. Okay? The true people. The people in which you can find in the scripture. Not who have been portrayed to the world in all the publications, all right, such as the pictures, the imagery, and the movies, okay, the documentaries. All them things is irrelevant. Can you find their nationality, them people? Can you find their life in the scriptures? The answer is no. But you can find our life in the scriptures, regardless of the fact that they painted the likenesses of themselves to portray to the world that they are the people. Okay? Whenever R. found sages engaged in calculating the times of the Messiah's coming, he would say to them, I beg of you, do not put it further off, for we have been taught that three come without warning: Messiah, something found, and a scorpion. Allah said, let the Messiah come, but let me not see him. Rabbi said likewise, let him come, but let me not see him. Our Joseph, on the other hand, said, let him come, and may I be worthy of sitting in the shadow of the saddle of his ass. Abai asked Rabbi, what is your reason for not wishing to see him? Should you say, because of the birth pains preceding of the Messiah's coming? Have we not been taught? Our Eleazar's disciples asked him, what should one do to be spared the pains of the Messiah? He answered, let him engage in study of the Torah and in good deeds. In good deeds. And you, Master, in you are Torah in good deeds. Rabbi replied, still, sin may bring on suffering. All right. R. Hillel said, there will be no Messiah for Israel because they have already used him up in the days of Hezekiah. Now, this is what the Gentiles want to believe about us. They seriously want to believe that we've been casted off, that we are nothing but a slave, nothing but their servant, nothing but a commodity. Okay? This is what they say about us. All right, they really want to believe we're the cursed seed of Canaan, and then they reason in their mind that even if we're the cursed seed, so even if you are the biblical people, he casted you people off. So this is your mindset. Our Joseph said, may our Hillel's heavenly Father forgive him for saying so. When did Hezekiah live? In the days of the first temple. Yet Zechariah prophesying in the days of the second temple proclaimed, rejoice. Now, I don't have any more of this, but again, this is from the book of Legends. All right. And I titled it Redemption and the Last Days. All right. Number 2. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get some of this. This is from the Zohar. All right. The children of light is going to be crowned. He has not casted off his people. All right. Let me show you that. Jeremiah 31:37. All right, to set you Christians right. All right, mourning turn to joy. You know, I've lived a life of sorrow. You know that song, I'm a man of sorrow. Like, bruh. Oh, brother, where art thou? I love that movie, bro. Oh, I relate so much to that song. So our mourning is going to be turned into joy. Okay? See, many of you want to think that we ceased from being a nation before him just because he turned his back from us. He turned his eyes from us for a period of time. But he told us that he would awaken us in the land of our captivity. And this happened. You want to ignore this, but you do that to your own detriment. However, we're here. Hello. We've been here. We ain't going nowhere. Okay? This is what the Most High Power says. Only if the heavens above could be measured and the foundations of the earth below searched out would I cast off Israel's descendants because of all they have done, declares the Most High. You see them kind of changing up this. Let's go to KJV. Thus says the Most High Power, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Most High. All right? But the days are coming, declares the Most High, when this city will be rebuilt for me. from the tower to the corner gate. Okay? How is this tower going to be built? The Gentiles are going to help, the righteous ones. All right? At that time, declares the Most High, I will be the power of all the families of Israel, and they will be my people. Okay? Understand? Mm-hmm. He's gonna let the whole world know that he has loved us with an everlasting love. All right? Right now, the whole world thinks that the Great Spirit hates us. Okay, many of our people, we've been made to feel like the Great Spirit hates us. Okay? Because it's like, damn, how come they seem so blessed? The other nations. But our life is effed up. Like, if we had to compare, because we're not saying that, the other nations don't never go through anything. We're not saying that Europeans never, experience failures and, upsets in life. We're not saying that. But like Cat Williams said, it's more so like, good life, good life, good life, good life, good life, effed up. Good life, good life, good life, good life, good life, good life, effed up. But for us, it's been effed up, effed up, effed up, effed up, effed up, effed up, effed up. Like, where in the hell? A little bit of good, effed up, effed up, effed up, effed up. Like, bruh, continuous for us. Okay, and the whole world knows how so-called Negroes been treated. The whole world knows that we are the most hated nation upon the face of this earth. We are the scum of the earth. We are looked at as the scum of the earth. Okay? So-called African Americans, so-called black people. You know how you look at us. You know what you think about us. So he's going to let you know that he has loved us with an everlasting love. Therefore I've drawn you with loving devotion. Again I will build you, and you will be rebuilt, O Virgin Israel. We're the first fruit. Again you will take up your tambourines and go out in joyful dancing. This is how I know I'm going to be healed of my arthritis. I'm a dancer, naturally, but I haven't been able to because of the arthritis. But I'm going to be able to go out in joyful dancing. Again, you will plant vineyards in the hills of Samaria. And you can't go based upon their geography, okay, of those who set themselves up in authority, all right? The farmers will plant and enjoy the fruit. For there will be a day when watchmen will call out on the hill of Ephraim, arise and let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our power. For this is what the Most High says, sing with joy for Jacob, shout for the foremost of the nations, make your praises heard and say, O power, save your people, the remnant of Israel, who appears helpless in the hands of the wicked, the selfish, the greedy, those who are puffed up in their pride and their arrogance. Behold, I will bring them from the land of the north, and gather them from the furthest parts of the earth, including the blind and the lame, expectant mothers and women in labor. They will return as a great assembly. So from all over the earth, where all the seed of Jacob is located, they're going to be coming here. Okay? They will come with weeping, and by their supplication I will lead them. I will make them walk beside streams of water on a level path where they will not stumble. For I am Israel's father, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Hear, O nations, the word of the Most High, and proclaim it in distant coastlands. The one who scattered Israel will gather them and keep them as a shepherd keeps his flock. Okay? And that's on several levels as well. Because the Most High didn't scatter us, but he allowed us to be scattered. Well, how were we scattered? The Gentiles began selling us all over the earth from here. Okay? Guess who's gonna be gathering us back? The Gentiles. They're gonna be using their private jets and their private boats, their private yachts. Okay? They're gonna be beginning to show love to us. Alright? And they're gonna be planted as righteous lambs to help us. For the Most High has ransomed Jacob and redeemed him from the hand that had overpowered him. How did they overpower us? Many different ways. But this last way was by their economic system of economic slavery. They will come and shout for joy on the heights of Zion. They will be radiant over the bounty of the Most High, the grain, the new wine, and the oil, and the young of the flocks and herds. Their life will be like a well-watered garden, and never again will we languish. Then the maidens will rejoice with dancing, young men and old as well, because we're going to have access to the healing springs. No longer are these worst of the heathen gonna be setting off guard entrances to our areas that we had before they came and took over. Alright? They got a lot of places here off limits to the general public. Who gave them the permission to do this? It was only allowed for a certain amount of time. Okay? So understand, we're all going to be healed in our bodies. All those who are righteous, who choose to serve the eternal living power. I will turn their mourning into joy and give them comfort and joy for their sorrow. I will fill the souls of the priests abundantly, and I will fill my people with my goodness, declares the Most High. Alright, I'm not going to read all of this, bro. I'm so not going to read all of this. We'll have to do another video on this because I'm trying to get through this, alright? Let's check my time, too. Alright, I'm over in an hour, and this is going to be my last video today, people. Alright? Now, this is from the Zohar, alright? That we will be crowned, alright? Just prove to you that he has not casted off his people, alright? We are going to be crowned and called holy. The wicked are about to be destroyed. The goats, alright? The tares, alright? They're going to be gathered into bundles and burnt with fire, okay? Then, after the seventh millennium, the Shekinah will be crowned, and the holy spirits of the children of Israel will be invested with new holy bodies, and we shall be called holy ones. All right? Place. 1 second. In that place, you should be called children of the Most High. Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it is said unto us, you are not my people. They love to claim we are not the biblical people. They love to claim that we are Africans. All right? They love to claim that we're Hamites, that we're nothing but slaves, we're nothing but a commodity. Okay? They love to claim this. They love to say to us that we are not His people. But here, where they have been telling us this, it shall be said unto us, we are the sons of the living power. It shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto us that we are not His people, right here, we shall be called the children of the living power. This time is going to be cut short. Alright. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. For He will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Because a short work will the Most High make upon the earth. And Isaiah said before, except the Most High of Sabaoth left us a seed. We are that seed. We have been in Sodom and been made like unto Gomorrah. We're here to help you so that you have an opportunity to be spared. Okay? Them people of Sodom and Gomorrah didn't have an opportunity to be spared. Sudden destruction came upon them. They didn't have no warning. The only ones that had warning was Lot and his wife. No other warning was given to the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah. But He has us here. He left a seed of us here to give you warning. Okay? But you want to keep casting us off. You want to keep freaking holding us in contempt. So, the Holy Spirits of the children of Israel will be invested with new holy bodies, and we shall be called holy ones. We will be called the children of the living power. Okay, and this is when we're going to be shining like the stars in the firmament. Okay, the real representations of the Most High on the earth. Okay? The relevance of the passage. In these final days, the time of Messiah, two realities will coexist. A reality of chaos, suffering, and pain, and a second reality of blessedness, joy, and perfection. Now, we've been living this. All right? I've been living in this false ass reality where I've been having a whole lot of suffering and pain and agony, where I've been beholding wicked people living in their reality of blessedness, joy, and perfection. Okay? But it's about to switch. All right? Because they were wicked, living in quote unquote blessedness and joy and perfection. Okay? They're holy wicked people doing this. But we were righteous, living a life of suffering and pain and agony. All right, but now it's about to switch to the real reality where we, the righteous, are dwelling in blessedness and in joy and perfection. And it is the wicked who will be in a chaotic world suffering and in pain. Okay? They're going to be separate away from us. But they're going to know that we are in abundance. Both existences are available to us. You have a choice because you got free agency. We need only to choose. Those who undertake the labor of self-transformation will find themselves living in light. Persons who persist on a path of narcissism will dwell in darkness and discontent. One might ask how both actualities are able to exist side by side. The analogy of sunlight provides profound insight. The sun's rays warm, nourish, and sustain life on earth. However, overexposure to these same life-giving emanations of light can also cause damage and destruction. Now, these people who were wicked, living in their blessedness, joy, and perfection, have been having the abundance. They've been living lavishly, all right, causing utter poverty, all right. Therefore, it caused damage and destruction, and they're going to reap what they have been sowing. In our day, the intensity of spiritual light is at its highest level in history. Those who share, give, love, and care for their fellow human being, thus uprooting all evil impulses from their own nature, become a clear and unobstructed conduit of the light. Shall I read that again? Those who share, those who take of their abundance, okay, that means you have to become a righteous am. Okay, that is required. All right, because love is required. All right, yes, love is required. So therefore, you have to share out of your abundance. You have to give out of your abundance. Show real love. Show real care, compassion, okay, for your fellow human being, thus uprooting all evil impulses from their own nature. Okay? You had the nature to get money, okay? And that is not necessarily all evil, okay? Because you still have an opportunity to use what you have obtained for righteousness' sake, all right? So though initially you did not have a heart to obtain the oracles of the Great Spirit and spiritual wealth, you had a heart to obtain the things of this world, all right? The Great Spirit understands that that's what was laid out according to the wisdom of this world, okay? Nevertheless, the eternal law is still there, people, all right? So you have an opportunity to use the blessing bag of Lucifer for righteousness' sake. All right? This is uprooting all evil impulses from your own nature. All right? And become a clear and unobstructed conduit of the light. Okay? You got to become a righteous am. And I'm showing you proof. I'm showing you receipts. All right? Thus, splendid divine energy flows right through such people and then to all humanity. All right? The elm must come together with the vine. Okay? And this is going to be the great work that's going to be performed upon the earth. Okay? Again, this is from the Zohar. All right? I forget which one. I know there's several. All right? Now, my people, understand. Understand. He is forgiving our sins. He is healing our land. Very, very soon, we're going to return to who we were before colonization. But right now, as you're in the valley of decision, you have an opportunity. Whether you're going to join the side of righteousness or take your stance with the wicked. But you're gonna stop professing that you serving my Father when your actions are contrary. Okay? Now, on that note, people, I am gonna most likely end it there. Yeah, let's see where we're at on the audio.
So it must be amazing.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it must be amazing what's coming, okay? It must be amazing. So I'll continue this tomorrow. All right? Well, if I can. All right? Cuz I do got to go I got to go get a money order tomorrow. All right? I still have not had any love shown to me, people. All right? I understand. All right? I'm the same amount that I had before when I told you guys is the same amount that I have, okay? So, I had the money to pay the internet bill, but for some reason, it seems like it's not charging me anything. So I don't understand what's going on with that. I've logged into the thing several times. It said it was due on the 30th of August, but when I logged in there, it said zero balance was due. Okay, so I'm like, what is this? This is the second month in a row. The first month it showed that I had a credit of $50. All right, so that took care of that. All right, but now on the 30th of August, it didn't show I had a credit. It just showed that I didn't owe anything. All right, it didn't have a bill amount. It was saying zero. So, you know, I don't understand what's going on with that. I don't know if it's a glitch or, you know, I tried chatting with somebody, you know, but I'm gonna have to dip into the 50 for the internet, you know, seeing as how it's saying $0 anyway. I tried holding on to it as long as I can, but I need cleaning supplies. All right, there's things that I need. Okay, and I need to go get a money order for rent. I'm not just not gonna pay the rent. All right, so I gotta pay the rent. All right, and so I'm gonna do what it do. All right, so I don't have income, people. I'm to utilize my time, energy, and effort to flow by way of the Spirit and operate in my purpose wholeheartedly. Okay? Not divided. So on that note, people, shalom.